Sex number.
Hi.
I apologize. You couldn't hear me in the intro because Matt had me muted. Welcome back to the Content Complete podcast, featuring myself, Spencer, my friend Matt with NFL Gaming TV, and our special guest, Butternutt69.
I tried to save
Sex
the
number.
chat.
And also, of course, our esteemed co-host from the depths of Lake Superior.
The depths.
The depths of Lake Superior. It makes sense. It's
I
water.
banned
It's body of
you
water.
from saying depths.
Okay. From the surface of Lake Superior on a boat. Just came back from an intense fishing trip. He got 2 salmon and okra. I don't know how he found okra in the water.
Yeah.
But he did.
With the sea okra.
Fish cake. How's it going?
Sokra.
Oh, it's pretty good. I got all this fish in my kitchen now, and I forgot to gut them, so it just smells terrible in my kitchen right now.
Smells like Sokra.
Sokra.
Sokra these nuts on your face.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Anyways, let's bring the mood down. Fish cake.
So before we get into the regularly scheduled program, an event happened today. So take it away.
Yeah, so there was a shooting at a Madden 19 NFL tournament in Jacksonville, Florida, and we don't have all the details or anything quite yet. So just, keep the people there in your thoughts, and it's pretty much it. We don't really want to discuss it quite yet, and we'll save that for another day.
Yeah, we just wanted to acknowledge that it happened literally today.
Yeah, hours before this.
Yeah. But we're going to move on to the games that we played this week. Butternuts, what were you playing?
Well, okay, so I played a little bit of this game. It's a special game. It's called Overwatch. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it.
I was in the beta, as a matter of fact. I played in the beta of
Damn it.
Overwatch. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I was one of the beta testers for Overwatch, the video game made by Blizzard, an outstanding company.
And now when he says beta testers, he means the open beta. All right, let's be real here. All right,
that's not what it says on my business card.
On your beta card.
Okay. Yeah. But anyways, we had a good time playing Overwatch. I think. Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, I actually had a
I'd
lot
love
more
to
fun.
do it again, but some people
thought.
don't like to buy games that they enjoy playing. Anyways, other than that, I played some Rocket League this week, almost up to plat. Let's go.
Oh, there you go.
But
so do you have like a particular group that you always play with when you do Rocket League to get up to platinum, or you just play with randos?
I have one friend that I usually play with, and we just been trying to work our way up the rankings, and that's really it. Yeah.
Is it just doubles, or do you have like a other person in there? Is doubles like the main mode, or is it?
I think it's threes, right?
Well, threes are normally the main mode, but a lot more people play doubles nowadays, just because it's kind of hard to find 3 people that you're good with.
Right. It's easier to find one friend. It's hard to find that second friend, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, you're talking to your friend. Do you know anybody? No, man, I know you. Okay, because we're doing doubles.
Yeah. So other than that, I mean, I think I played like a little bit of Siege this week, but it wasn't enough to be noteworthy. So yeah,
Gotcha. Cool.
pass it along to whoever's next.
Fiskake, did you play anything, or what'd you play, or how did it go?
Well, I play a lot of games, but let's see. I'll just talk about stream stuff. Friday, played
a lot of shit on Friday.
Yeah, I'm making Friday my big day because since I don't really stream a whole lot throughout the week, but played some Super Smash Brothers Friday, today and Saturday, in that order exactly. Been learning Sheik maneuvers and Sheik techniques and all that fun stuff with these boys. Been practicing some Street Fighter. Not good at it at all yet, but that's gonna take some time as well. I'm still in the rookie league. I'm like, I practice like yesterday, like, okay, I'll practice for like 45 minutes and then I'll do a couple rounds online and see how that goes. I got close a couple times on winning a single round, but I never actually won a match. And
have you tried being better?
You see, that's what I'm working on. It's just I'm not progressing fast enough.
Have you tried speeding up that process?
Well, I would, but I had to start a new job, and I don't have time. I can't play fighting games all the time. Plus,
likely fucking story. That's what I'm hearing.
I know, I fucking suck, guys. I'm sorry. I know, okay, I'm a big old piece of shit. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. God.
Who's your tentative main in that game?
I'm playing Cody right now, and that because his one of his major abilities is it's called a V trigger. Basically, you have 2 V triggers per character, and that changes their special. I picked the special because Cody has 2 specials, knife or pipe, and I pick pipe for longer range, and you can hit people with rocks and stuff with that.
Oh.
Because with knife, you just you stab them a lot, which with no increase in range.
Yeah, not nearly as cool.
No, plus it's just fun to beat somebody with a pipe sometimes, you know? You know what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, man.
Just whine along after a long day of work. You just go home and you just take the girlfriend in the backyard and just beat her down with a pipe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just hit the pipe.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah, domestic abuse. Here we go. I also played some Hollow Knight, which, that's going okay.
Bumping on.
It bumped me as soon as I encounter him, like bumping on it. It's a weird. That's when the bit war started between Adam and El Senor.
Oh yeah.
And Butternutt was actually in there too. He witnessed the whole thing, and he's trying to convince people to donate $20 to make the jar explode. So that's pretty nice of him. Thank you, Butternutt. Yeah, so that's going okay. I'm not really progressing very far because I have no idea what to do or what I'm doing per usual. But I guess maybe
that game doesn't have an easy mode, right?
Fucking.
I died so many times.
The perfect, sincere question tone.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I almost believed it for half a second.
Yeah, I didn't catch it at first. I was actually thinking, does it?
I'm just joking.
He's just Josh.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's fine. Well, fuck you. No, I just had to figure out more about that game. I'll probably play that again this following Friday. And then we played Overwatch for a couple hours with the boys. Butternutt, you two. Celty was there, and Adam, that's right. Adam was like strangely tactical in that one.
Yeah,
dude, he was good.
He was in it.
I also think though he got tired of our shit.
Yeah,
when the mystery, when the mystery character, whatever started happening.
Oh yeah,
I don't blame him. That mode sucks.
I mean, yeah, I think he was getting tired of her shit when I was saying, "Oh God," because like I was messing up a controller or something, and he was like, surprisingly enough, yelling "Oh God" doesn't really help anybody out. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to play a game with the boys.
Actually, I think he said that to me because I like.
If it was Butternutt or Celty, because I think multiple people had moments where they're like, "Oh God," you know.
Yeah, because I was being attacked by like a diva or something, and I was running back to get healing. I was like, oh god, I'm gonna die. He's like, that doesn't help anyone.
Oh god. Well, maybe
like,
he said it multiple times. I don't know.
Maybe you guys said it at the same time and didn't even realize it.
Oh yeah, just chaining. Oh god. Maybe that's what he said. He's hearing like 3 people saying "Oh god" repeatedly.
He's like, I can't handle this. They say "Oh god" one more time. I'm gonna rage quit.
I'm gonna fucking shoot myself. Other than that, nothing really exciting happened. I mean, I played Red Faction Remastered Edition. That's okay. Remastered. It's not remastered. It's remastered because it's on Mars.
It's on Mars. It's a fucking stupid
name.
Okay. Jokes.
I still got the charm of being able to literally destroy anything with a hammer and some explosives.
I played like the first 2 hours of that. And it's okay.
Yeah, no, it's
I think we had this conversation before. Yeah.
Okay.
Might have.
We'll awkwardly, pause and then we'll all think back. Did Matt bring that up?
Yeah, when we talked about the remastered edition on the podcast last time, and then we weren't sure if we were actually thinking about the same game because the one we played was mostly inside.
Okay. Well, all right. I don't care.
Also, we played Dark Souls 2, and we've been playing Killer is Dead.
Right. Yeah.
Which is, thank God I've been doing the Gigolo missions off stream because it only gets worse Apparently, there's the glasses that I got. Apparently, are not just for revealing what gift they want. It also shows off their underwear and stuff, and it's just
We
super
saw hints of that
uncomfortable.
when you couldn't stare at that woman's chest.
Oh,
So,
Butter, this might be a game for you.
Oh.
So, Butternut, have you ever played Killer's Dead? First off,
No, never even really heard of it.
It's
I'll
this,
be honest.
it's this older Japanese game made by the developer of it was Dark Dreams Don't Die, right?
In Deadly Premonition.
And Deadly Premonition, and it was before those two games, as far as I know, and it has just a weird it's like a mixture between like a regular game and like an anime dating thing.
it's like a slash 'em up, like like
Spectacle
slash
fighter.
like beat 'em up. Yeah, I guess technically a spectacle fighter. And the way you unlock weapons for your gun arm is by going on dates with random women that somehow unlock these weapons for your gun arm. Anyways, so
involved in that is you looking at them at different body parts.
Oh yeah, I guess we should explain the
unknown reasons.
So to explain the gigolo missions, basically, the object of the game is to get all their hearts up, like any normal gigolo mission per usual.
Right. Yeah,
but the way
to be expected.
But the way to get their hearts up is to give them gifts. But the only way to get them gifts is to get your blood pressure high, and the only way to get your blood pressure high is by staring at their tits and ass, literally. And you can't be caught looking at them, otherwise they're going to smack you across the face. And then you do that for like 3 missions in a row, and then the ending changes more to the point where they get more naked each time, and then you unlock more shit. Okay, that's Killer is Dead.
Yeah, we're playing that on Into the Veil, and he's doing these off stream because of that reason, basically.
Yeah, basically.
So it's Honey Pop meets a killing game.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Well,
Budget.
Not without the complicity of a match 3 game. It's a little simpler than that, but yeah. Actually, Honey Pop might be technically a better game than Killer is Dead.
Ooh.
But
which is why we're playing it on Into the Veil.
Yeah. I've been grinding on that. We got some upgrades. I'll talk about that later. What have you guys been up to?
Throughout the week, obviously, you
Monday,
mentioned Dark Souls.
We did Dark Souls. We got into a very positive discussion between Strength and Dex.
Oh. There was almost a falling out over
of Team Unity.
Of Team Unity, of the falling out because Coulter and Fistcake were
not Coulter and Fistcake.
Was it just Fistcake?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Fistcake and the dude in chat.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Me and Coulter were on the same side.
Okay, I couldn't remember who was on whose side. I just remember that the Team Unity was at risk.
You gonna continue with the story?
Oh yeah, I mean, basically, they were on separate sides on whether or not Dex was a trash build, and Matt's build happened to be Dex, and then Matt, went in with some
hard truths, really, as I would put them.
Yeah, I kind of dissected it after the stream. I realized what happened. My reasoning and logic went as far as to, your build sucks. And then your reason and logic went into, well, actually, here's the reason why your build sucks. And I was like, oh, I don't know how to. We brought reason and logic into this. I don't understand. I was just talking shit.
And then it's evolved to you just hold 2 big swords and swing, and then that's it. And Dex requires skill.
Yeah, I have to use 2 whips.
No, you're supposed to use 2 whips, dude.
I know, but that was my example.
I might need to go back and rewatch that. Ooh.
Oh, it's pretty fun. It's like the last 2 hours is pretty good because I just get progressively more tired. I'm just like, I suck. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You guys buried the hatchet a couple of times. Removed the hatchet and buried it again.
I don't know why I did that. Again, I told Matt later, I'm like, I was just grabbing not even low-hanging fruit. I was grabbing fruit that was on the ground, already dead. Because that's just where my brain capacity was at that time.
It was just funny because I think you literally said, I'm going to pull this hatchet out of the... Or so, like, you took the metaphor and then made it a reality. It was funny.
Yeah, it was good. Good times.
It was good times.
Tuesday, we did the weird dating sim spectacle fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, we played Octopath.
Yeah, that game's fun.
Still fun.
It's still good. And
some of the stories, you're like, Can I just get like a Spark Notes version? I don't need to play like this bit.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the shit drags on and you're like, this is weird.
Yeah. Well, then also like in some ways, like some of the stories feel a little similar to like just how they kind of play out, but then they have like different. They mix it up a little bit. But like 2 of the stories we've come across so far have involved some kind of group of bandits / pirates. Literally, it was bandits and then pirates. And then you find them in like a cave, and then you have a showdown with them. But then like one of them has like a slightly different ending, and so it was like, you know, I hope that there's not just gonna be more. Oh, there's a group of miscreants in another cave and causing problems.
Yeah.
Storyline. But yeah, it's still fun. The mechanics get more and more in depth as you add different characters and different stuff to it, and each time there's a new person, it's like, ooh, cool, I can do this cool stuff with them now. Like the newest person, she's a merchant, but her abilities are like pretty good.
I forget what her abilities are.
I don't remember what they were, but they were good.
I just remember, this is good.
Yeah, I actually don't remember what her abilities are.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that sucks. Just trust me, the merchant girl's abilities are good. And then Thursday we didn't play anything.
No. Friday we played Overwatch, which was fun. I had a surprisingly good time. More fun than I had in the beta, which I was a part of. And yeah.
And then this weekend we played Melee.
Yeah. I've been playing a little bit of Yakuza 0.
Right, yeah. How much did you get to play that?
Like 2 hours or so, but most of that has been at the crane game, the crane machine. I get all the things. I don't even know what they're used for. But I get all the little toys out of the crane machine, and I'm like, hey, dude, you got to queue up with some more shit. I already got all these.
You're just like this older Japanese Yakuza member being like, hey, man, can you refill the crane machine? It's all
no, Yakuza 0, he's in his early 20s, if I remember correctly, so
okay.
it's fine. It's okay then.
It's
when he gets it. It's when Yakuza 6, when he's like almost 60, and he does the same thing. And that's when it gets weird, but you know.
And then I played a racing game, which was like it was terrible. It's a terrible racing game.
What fucking game?
And then there's like this the racing game in the Yakuza.
Oh, okay, I thought you. Okay.
And then like this weird lady was just like, "Hey, you race really cool, good." And I'm like, I came in last. I sucked.
Oh, you came across? You have the side quest going on?
Yeah, with the lady.
Boy, it's a good one.
It's a good one.
I didn't want to play that game anymore, but now I guess I gotta.
Oh, it's pretty good. If you love cringe, awkward social situations, oh boy.
But yeah, she's like, yeah, you're just like really good at this. I'm like, did you see? Because I saw, and that was not good at all. She's like, we should hang out. You know, I got some. I'm gonna beat your high score. I'm like, just play the game once. You'll do it.
Wouldn't be that difficult.
Nice try.
And then I've been doing a lot of the karaoke. That's fun. It's got like a rhythm game. It has like funny, like background shit. You get like transport into like a music video, and then there's one where he's like all alone at a bar drinking by himself, like singing the song. And, like, hilarious.
So what you're saying is Yakuza just needs to come out with like a Mario Party edition, and then you'll just play that.
Yeah,
happily.
So far.
Well, I think there's like
I need like the little breakup when I'm trying to go from the karaoke to the fucking game room or whatever, and have like 15 hoodlums try to beat me up, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm walking 18 feet.
I'm just trying to get to the freaking crane game.
Look, I heard they got new toys in the crane game.
Get out of my way! I must acquire them.
But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I grinded WoW for about 2.5 hours to get a mount. It's a cool spectral moose.
That's pretty cool.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a cool mount. It's a spectral moose.
It's not the longest he's done a grind for. So
yeah, I have a spectral bear that took me 27 hours to grind. And when I say grind, I mean I sat there and waited for it to spawn for 27 hours.
Yeah. Basically it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but I got this really cool bear that he's a ghost bear.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think, and I have a ghost
moose.
That
Mage Claw?
No, that's not Mage Claw. That's how he won the. Don't talk to me about Mage Claw.
Right, dude, Jesus.
His name's like Arcturus or something.
You don't even know his name. You spent 27 hours for this fucking bear, and you don't even know his name.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
All right. Yeah, makes sense. They always have weird names. But yeah, I didn't really play anything additional besides what we played on stream. I don't think. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
fuck
does
it.
that about does it. We're gonna move on to our first story here. But why don't you start us off with your bit about NVIDIA RTX?
What's the deal with
Okay.
ray tracing?
Okay, so first off, if you guys don't know, the RTX series was announced earlier this week. They got the 2070, 2080, and 2080 Ti, all at their respective prices of $600, $800, and then $1,200. That one hurts to say, but a bunch of people are starting to question whether or not they should buy it or not. And NVIDIA came out and was like, oh yeah, these things are 6 times faster than the GTX series, which was a Pascal style. I don't know what that means at
That's the
all.
architecture.
Yeah, the architecture or something that they use.
Yeah, the way that it
Yeah.
organizes itself or whatever.
Okay, yeah, and these new ones are Turing graphics cards, and so they're supposed to be a lot better for ray tracing and stuff. And a bunch of people came out and were saying that no, that the graphics cards aren't 6 times better than the old Pascal models, but are only 1.5 times better.
Oh,
And
okay.
the price tags are like twice as much right now.
Mhm.
So that's it's kind of a bunch of disputes there.
Bunch of malarkey is what I say.
Yeah, a lot of people
But-
are like, wait for the benchmarks, which is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, and I did some reading up on it, and basically the 6 times performance that NVIDIA is saying is only for games with ray tracing capabilities enabled. So like Battlefield 5, for instance, is going to have ray tracing enabled, so that way any graphics card that is able to do ray tracing will be able to use those capabilities, and that's where like the 2070, 2080, 2080 Ti will kind of prove their performance capabilities and kind of go ahead of what like a 1080 may do, and
so it's
so on and so forth.
Yes, so they were, Jesus Christ, I can't speak. So they were being like a bit like elusive with their 6 times speed and just referring to specifically ray tracing, basically meaning that it's more of like a I don't want to say boutique, but it's not like not really anybody's concern if you're not worried about doing ray tracing in the current, I guess, limited games that use it, right?
Yeah, there's like 20
Yeah.
or so games that are coming out that's going to use it. I mean, what they showed, because I watched the press conference as well. Dude was hella excited. Dude was so excited. The CEO of NVIDIA or whatever, he was so happy. But like the games, they look better. Like the lighting and everything looks better. But I was also reading that you're only getting like 30 frames with the ray tracing on and stuff like that,
Ooh,
instead of like the 60.
at least it's more cinematic.
Okay. Yeah. So there's obviously a lot of dispute there, and we do have to wait for the benchmarks to fully come out to understand what their capability is going to be.
Yeah.
But from what I'm understanding, you're only going to see the better performance in ray tracing like type games.
Mhm.
And a lot of the games, like PUBG, for instance, they don't have ray tracing on. They were showing that you only get like 20 FPS more in PUBG compared to like a GTX 1080.
Right.
So it's not like a huge performance boost. So obviously, I'd say just wait till they go down in price. They're definitely not worth the price right now.
Yeah, no, those prices are insane.
And then I figure I should go over what ray tracing is, since I feel like I'm probably the only one who understands what that means.
Well,
I understand. You've explained it 3 times to me.
my
I mean,
my
that's
limited
everybody.
knowledge afforded to me by using After Effects kind of tells me what.
I don't know that much. It's like makes things prettier and shiny and has better lighting and better shadows.
Yeah.
Explain
live
away to me,
lighting.
Butter. Fuck these guys.
Okay. So to sum it up, ray tracing is a way to like see exactly how light should react in a specific environment. So like in real life, you have the sun and it's beaming down at the earth. Well, some things like grab the sunlight and just like hold it, while some things reflect it, and then you got like a bunch of different things that the sun like light does on Earth, right? And in gaming, there's never really been a way to properly show that. So a lot of the way that game designers have always gone about doing lighting is trying to make it look realistic from one angle. So like you can't really move around an object and still get that same lighting effect as you would if you were just looking straight on like a picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what ray tracing allows is for a bunch of different rays to go and hit objects and then be able to reflect or, refract and so on and so forth to make the lighting look as realistic as possible compared to like a real life thing. Meaning that lighting and such within like games will be able to take people a lot less time to be able to do. And it's just a lot easier to maintain and do because you only need like one light, whereas before you would need like 5 to get the specific effects.
Yeah.
And it's not just like reflections and like shadows, it's also like atmospheric lighting. Like, like when you're in a dark bedroom and there's like a little bit of lighting coming off of a bed and then like it just kind of reflects against the wall type of thing.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. So like when you're in dark rooms and dark villages and stuff, just it kind of immerses you more.
Yeah, that makes sense because I know a lot of games when they have dark moments in them, unless the game was designed very specifically with like set technology to make the darkness look better, it always ends up being a thing where I'm like, I'd just rather turn up my gamma at this point because it's like nothing is well defined when it's dark out.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the thing that I remember when
Call
I
of
was looking up
Cthulhu
about
could use that.
because when I was experimenting with ray tracing in After Effects, it tanks my computer like hardcore because it's doing everything in real time. And when I was looking it up, it basically removes all the work that the graphic designers have to do with any of the actual materials, and they can just assign properties to the materials and then put the light in there, and the ray tracing does a lot of the work. It like takes hours and hours out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
mean,
what they were showing in Battlefield, it would look super sick. So you have like an explosion, and it'll reflect off the wood of the gun, different than the windows in the bus, and then the steel in the gun. It looks real sick.
Another thing is with reflections and stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen mirrors in video games, but they always suck. They always suck, and there's a reason for that, and that's because whenever like you go to create a mirror in like a current engine or anything like that without ray tracing, you can't properly just reflect it. You have to take like a camera, put it behind the mirror, and then basically display what that camera is seeing onto a surface, and then it's not like a mirror,
Mm-hmm.
and it never really looks like that, and that should really help clear up a lot of that. And then
that'll be interesting how that works.
It's just basically the biggest graphic improvement in video games in quite a while. So
I hope they use this technology to make very good graphical games like Life is Strange, make those games quicker,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really think Telltale is going to be able to put this new power to use.
If they use ray tracing and they use NVIDIA hair effects, they could really put those games like...
Tress effects? The AMD ones is better.
Whatever, dude. I was making a joke about hair effects and the ray tracing. And you build them on yours, and you had to go and be like, you mean the actual name of the thing? Oh, let me just take all the wind out of your comedic sales.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Savage.
That's what I did.
But
I'm on a boat in the ocean of comedy, and you're over here like, fuck you.
I'm a battleship.
Lake Placid now.
God damn it.
Other than that, the like animations and stuff for like let's say Pixar, Disney and Pixar and stuff like that. Those types of animations
stuff way easier.
It's gonna make that stuff way easier too. So you'll probably see the higher increase in animated movies and like how realistic they look. Because I mean they're already pretty realistic most of the time, but now they're gonna be able to just take it to the next level.
Yeah, and I just realized like cinematics in games too will be even that much better because beforehand a lot of the lighting is hand done. It's like decided on, and I just realized that like you might actually get more in-game graphic cinematics in games because of how much easier it'll be, maybe depending on the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sucks that the graphics cards are so expensive.
Yeah. Wait,
And plus, I
two
mean,
years.
Nah, that's how
you
they
need
always
to
are.
Wait for the benchmarks because it's like a huge like if the 2070 is like much better than the 1070 I got now. Then,
Well, I heard an early like leaked benchmark thing saying that the 2070 is more powerful than the Titan XP, but I
isn't
don't
that like
think
a
that's going to be true.
laptop graphics one?
No, it's actually supposed to be better than the 1080 Ti. The Titan XPs are, but they're like $1,500 cards or something like
Oh.
that. So
And if the 2070 is better than that, that's only $600.
Yeah.
yeah.
Half off.
Bazinga.
Yeah. I mean, I think they definitely could have priced it more extreme and people still would have bought it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
considering that the Titans.
I mean, I
are
think if the 2070 is good and for $600, I think that's an okay price, right?
Well,
it's not like
I think
the best price.
Yeah, you're not going to buy the $1,200 one.
Yeah.
Like, period.
yeah, no, but I think that they're just kind of putting all their eggs in the ray tracing basket.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's an actual lot of like performance like
Mm-hmm.
build up, but the ray tracing is kind of where it's all at, and so they're just kind of throwing it all in there and being like, here you go.
Yeah.
So
Too bad
So-
AMD
yeah.
like kind of sucks.
Mm.
My
Yeah.
personal opinion.
I was going to say, so I guess if you're making the decision whether or not you want to buy these, you have to decide whether that feature in games or if that feature in case you're doing graphic design is important enough for the $600 because that's the main reason why you're buying it. Probably. We won't know though until obviously the benchmarks come out. But
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
the
I mean,
takeaway-
I'm excited. Like, if the benchmarks are good, like I said, I wouldn't mind upgrading to the 2070
Yeah.
for ray tracing and everything else like that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a graphics card whore. So,
Matt's a big old whore for graphics cards.
yeah.
I mean, I got a 1080 in mine, so I'm good for a bit.
You're definitely good for a bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, so the next story we have here coming up, Fortnite cross-platform, kinda. So the article here, it says Fortnite keyboard and mouse players that are on the PS4, which I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Yeah, you can have a keyboard and mouse for
Yeah, but like to play the game with.
yeah.
The matchmaking, if you're playing on PS4 with a keyboard and mouse, will be paired against those using the same control scheme, whether on PC or console. Oh, so you'll still be against console, but it's just anybody who's okay. So yeah, so I guess all the keyboard and mouse people will just be in the same place, regardless if it's PC or PS4. But it's interesting that PS4 is allowing this type of crossplay because obviously it is fair. I mean, you don't want to put a keyboard and mouse person versus anybody with a controller because they're going to get destroyed. The controller person,
Yeah.
'cause it's just better. In fact, I think Fortnite did an update with the controller stuff that had changed like how it all worked, and then they had to go back and redo it because people were upset and like just put it back the way it was. The Xbox One currently has no official support for keyboard and mouse controls, although Microsoft said it's going to be working on delivering it for the console's regular fall update. Keyboard and mouse users are considered to be at an advantage over gamepad users, particularly for the accuracy, speed, and improvement gained by aiming with a mouse. So Epic's development update didn't say anything about PC players using a gamepad being match-made to gamepad users. But Epic did say that custom controls are expected by the end of the year, and users will be able to completely remap a gamepad to their preference. They don't even have custom controls yet for the gamepads.
No. It's so weird, man. Sony's weird.
Right?
Sony's just
Yeah.
weird.
We will accept this in this particular instance because they could have just said, nah, you have to have just keyboard and mouse players on console be against other keyboard and mouse players on console, but not on PC. But then they're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I figure-
I think they might have done that because I feel like not a lot of people are going to be using mouse and keyboard on PS4,
That's true.
so they kind of need
that's
to populate the servers.
Yeah.
But
That's actually a good point.
because, well, Fortnite's actually been cross-platform on PS4. It's cross-platform with PC only,
Really?
Yeah. So anyone on PC can play with PlayStation 4 players at any point. Like you just gotta they gotta add you as a friend through the Epic's Games Launcher. They just gotta sign in through their PlayStation account.
Yeah, you're right. Norton and I had a video where he was playing with someone that was on a PlayStation.
Yeah. The way that it works is they have like the highest tier being PC, and then they have console and then mobile. So like mobile people can play with everyone too, but the way it works is like, say someone on Xbox is playing with someone on PC, right? It then takes them from the console and then puts them into the PC servers.
Okay.
So
there's a
that way,
hierarchy.
yeah, so that way you can't just be like, oh, I want a PC player on my team so we can destroy people in, Xbox or PlayStation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
Makes
like
sense.
even on mobile. Like you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go play on mobile servers now. So if you're playing on PC, you will always be playing on PC servers. If you're playing on console, you'll always play on console servers until you play with a PC player, then you'll be moved to PC. And then mobile will always be on mobile unless you play with a console person, then you'll be moved to console. And if you play with PC, then you get moved to PC.
And then I guess if you're on console and now with this new update or whatever, if you're on specifically PS4 and you have keyboard and mouse, you'll just be on PC servers. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a strange way to get around all the weirdness of PS4 and cross console play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Sony views PC as a threat.
Yeah, they don't do cross-platform with Xbox and Switch, but they will with PC.
Yeah.
So how does that work? First off, is Fortnite on Xbox? Because I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yes.
Okay. So if somebody's playing on Xbox and with a friend who has a PC, will they be in the same game as somebody else in a group who is a PS4 player and is friends with a PC player, and they're both on the PC servers together?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No, I think they actually divide it off
Wow.
to where it's like the Xbox side and the PlayStation side, because Sony won't let Xbox meet with PlayStation in one server.
So if you have a friend who has Xbox and a friend who has PS4, you can't play with them both at the same time if you're on PC.
I don't think so.
That is incredible.
Sony's got that iron grip.
Oh my god. All right, well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like
interesting.
a nice quality of life because I know a lot of people were complaining about that.
Yeah.
You see it like
Yeah.
at least once a month, and like
But
are all.
the weird thing is, okay, so it is on Nintendo Switch too, and I'm pretty sure you can queue on PC with an Xbox and a Switch player.
Yeah, they allow cross-platform.
Yeah, but I don't think you can do Switch with Sony or Xbox with Sony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's basically just Sony at this point, who's just like, nah,
Yeah.
nah, I don't want it. And everyone
Yeah.
else is like, dude, come on, like we gotta do this, like incredibly convoluted
We're
thing.
behind in the company. We're making monies.
Yeah,
Like, you throw us a bone, which is funny because Sony wanted cross-play back in the PS3 era.
Yeah.
And Microsoft was like, no. I got all the shit.
we got Halo 3 right now, and
We're popping off.
No,
Tables have
Classic.
turned.
yeah,
Yeah. Right.
And in the
They
future,
got burnt once.
It's going to be Nintendo at the top, and they're gonna be like, we're not cross-platform now.
Yeah,
Like 5 years from now, it's gonna happen.
literally,
I'm gonna call it right now. 5 years, right? Come back to
Yeah.
me, right? Know when I'm correct, and I'll be Spencer-Damas, you know?
So August 26th, 2023,
Yes.
Nintendo will be on top.
Oh, that's when
Yes.
Cyberpunk's gonna release.
Exclusively
Don't
for
upset
the
me like
Switch.
that, Matt.
Don't cut me like that.
All right, so we're gonna move on to our next topic here. Butternutt, you wanted to talk a bit about Logan Paul versus KSI and the weird streaming situation that happened with that.
Oh, whoops. I put Jake Paul in the...
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, he was there. He just didn't fight
Aren't
KSI.
they like the
Okay,
same?
well, okay. So first off, I'll start off by saying Jake Paul and Deji, who is KSI's younger brother, so like the two younger siblings, verse, and Jake Paul won, as everyone kind of expected there.
Oh shit.
And then Logan Paul KSI fight ended in a tie, actually.
draw.
And they only went
Yeah.
6 rounds, which is like a fucking ridiculous,
Yeah.
small amount of rounds.
A lot of people are saying this
Yeah.
was not rigged. They had a real committee there that did the thing, and everybody scored it like
Well,
kind of
there's
in the middle.
the two main judges that scored it is tied, and then the referee, the guy who was in the ring, said that KSI won 58 to 57 points.
Yeah.
But because 2 people said it was tied, it ended up just being tied. And both of them,
Yeah, there's a
both
name for
Logan and
that.
KSI were like, yeah, we're doing a second fight now. And don't know, they haven't announced when that's going to be. But yeah,
Yeah,
they were like, yeah, we're going to fight again.
Yeah, and it's going to be in Los Angeles too, I believe. In fact, I think they had already planned to have a second fight regardless, which is why I think a lot of people were saying that it's rigged. They had already planned a second fight, but I think it was probably just no matter what, there was going to be another fight because they wanted to have another fight in the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah.
Just for monetary reasons, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
But
That-
also,
Yeah, not really the main point of the story though.
no.
But anyways,
Surprisingly.
so during the live stream on YouTube, which was $10 to watch because it was considered a pay-per-view fight, one of the first actual like YouTube pay-per-view live streams that there's been. But there was it maxed out at 860,000 viewers at one point, which is kind of low ball for what they were expecting, but probably only because it was pay to watch.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of people on Twitch that were live streaming the event. And on the Twitch side of things, there was more than 1.2 million concurrent viewers in the total like viewership
across
between all of the streams.
Yeah, all the streams.
I think it was over 100
Yeah.
at one point.
And there was a bunch of complaints because like Jake and Logan were like, yeah, no, you're not gonna be able to watch it for free because we're making sure that any like place that gets it gets copyright strike banned immediately, so on and so forth. So there's a bunch of people sending things to Amazon, and Amazon did not shut down any of the streams.
Oh, I heard that they
And-
had shut down a couple, but then it was just so many that they
No, I don't think they shut down any.
really.
Yeah, they don't have to.
Yeah,
They don't have to unless they get a DMCA from the owners of the property. They don't have to do shit.
So the owners of the property have to be in there and be like, this stream is doing it. This stream is
Yep,
doing
they
it.
have to. They have to.
Because they can't assume who has a sponsor and just preemptively shut somebody down.
Yeah.
Regardless of the information.
Yeah, and there's just a bunch of Twitch staff and stuff just watching the streams, and it made a bunch of people like mad, and they're calling for a bunch of copyright laws to come over to Twitch, so that way you can't just be watching other people's content. But then I feel like that also just kind of destroys the entire IRL section.
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of IRL streamers that just sit there and just react to videos and stuff all the time.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, you see, the thing with that is, I don't think that there is a law that can come in and prevent them from doing this that isn't already in place.
Yeah.
Because there's the DMCA.
Mhm.
If you see something that is yours, it's on you. Like the onus is on the person who owns the property to report that it's being used, and then it does get taken down. Like it does happen.
Yeah,
Streams
and they'll
get
do it.
removed all the time.
Yeah, they'll do it immediately.
But unless you come
Yeah.
in and say that, then they don't have any responsibility for that because they can't assume who has been made allowed to do something in any given situation because so many people have sponsorships or agreements with people to do something, and if they were to just go in and just shut somebody down, that's a big dick move.
Hmm.
yeah. So,
Yeah, so I don't really
Uh,
think Twitch is in the wrong. It's weird that they had staff there.
Yeah, I saw
Uh-huh.
DJ Wheaton, one of them.
Yeah, they really should not have done that.
That was dumb.
That was dumb because there's actually a loophole in the law or whatever that protects the company like Twitch. But if you know that it's happening and you still don't prevent it, like kind of, then you can get sued for that. It's called like
yeah.
well, something. Like
I mean,
that.
to be
forget.
fair, when has Twitch staff really been that smart when they go about stuff?
I refuse to comment.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have any particular opinions about that, considering the platform. But
Sponsored by Twitch. Brought to you live by Twitch.
Hi, Clip Clopper. How's it going?
hey, Clip Clopper.
on the
But yeah, that's pretty much
Comcast chat.
the restream stuff. Do you think like these? Like, it's kind of stupid of them. Do you think they would have had like a bunch of their their 10 army,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck they're called, like
Team
The
10.
yeah, Team 10 coming in here and like hitting people with strikes and then be like, this is shit, fucking Logan Paulers.
Yeah, Logan Paul and Jake Paul are like, yeah, man, we got our people out there with DMC claims. They're going to be taking that stuff down like immediately. And then they're like, we didn't put any claims in at the moment at all.
It was a threat.
And we didn't have anybody on it. And we just assumed that people would do our job for us. I'm like speculating hard here, but I mean, come on.
Who is
Also,
the guy in the black T-shirt? That is Matt from Neanderthal Gaming TV.
Yo, what's up?
I'm
dude?
just gonna say real quick that Jake Paul is still kind of a bitch, and if you saw what he said after he beat Deji, you would agree.
What did he say?
He was
Spencer,
literally
you
like,
love drama, don't you?
Oh,
he literally comes up in there and he goes, hey, by the way, I made 500 shirts on my new merch store. Go over and buy them now. They're limited edition. Yeah, I want money. Okay, bye. Oh yeah, by the way, still fuck you, Deji. Yeah.
Oh my
Jesus.
God. Wow.
I was just like, you didn't learn anything. You
What
just
a Jake Paul shill, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Logan or Paul.
Yeah, Paul won. Logan drew with KSI or whatever.
Well,
I still just
Jake Paul. Yeah.
don't care.
Matt has 0 horses in
this race.
in this Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to our next topic here, H1Z1. So for anybody who like 4 years ago might have played the original mode in H1Z1 called Just Survive, it is actually being closed down. It's being shut down in October. So H1Z1 Battle Royale survives instead.
Yeah.
So it Just Survive, the spinoff of H1Z1 that relaunched on Steam Early Access about a year ago, will be shut down at the end of October. Servers for the survival MMO will be available until 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, October 24th, and all Steam purchases and in-game transactions have already been disabled. Daybreak called it a difficult decision to retire Just Survive, but said the current population of the game makes it untenable to maintain. So Just Survive has a confusing lineage, but is effectively the original H1Z1, whose core mode put players on a large open world map filled with zombies. Players sought for survival and resources against the undead as well as one another. And after it launched in 2015, they had 2 modes, and then I think they like shut it down and then reopened it again. And when they
Yeah, 'cause they were-
reopened it as Just Survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made 2 different separate games.
Yeah, and I remember playing H1Z1 back.
Yeah.
You know, the original version.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone
Good,
just plays DayZ now. Let's be fair.
Everyone plays literally
Oh my God,
anything
I actually
else.
forgot about DayZ.
Yeah.
That game had
Everybody's
so much
moved on
promise, and
from
I was
the-
waiting for it to get good for like years.
How's it going, Colder?
Yeah, how's it going, Colder?
No worries, dude. Disney's fun time.
Yeah.
Matt, how do you feel about being the hottest guy out of the 4?
Yeah, Clip Clopper ass. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
You know,
Damn.
it's
Wow.
it's actually a blessing. I'm thankful to my parents for giving me this, and you know, I just try to take it humbly. You know,
Just take it a day at a time.
you know.
He's very
Also-
humble, but
also
I will
known as
have you know that
Inky.
he was a beta tester for Overwatch. So
I was a beta tester for Overwatch. The privileges, they just keep coming.
Oh my God.
If you're good looking, you get through life.
But yeah, I mean that's the majority of the story. H1Z1 Just Survive is being closed down, and they're just keeping it to Battle Royale, which I guess was originally called King of the Hill and King of the Kill, and they've renamed it to H1Z1 Battle Royale, probably for clicks and to be up there next to other things that have Battle Royale in the name. Because they
Yeah.
are behind,
Yeah, I
even though
mean-
they were the original. Well, not the original, but
Lie. That's
they're
Minecraft.
before.
Don't call it original Minecraft, man.
Well, Minecraft wasn't the original Battle Royale. It was just.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they did the one thing.
Oh, did they? Okay, I didn't realize
Hunger
that.
Games. They did Hunger
Yeah, the Hunger
Games.
Games was the.
Right, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they ended. I mean, we played probably like 10 or 12 hours of that, and that was mostly just trying to find ourselves on the map.
Every time we died, we were like, okay, we're gonna meet on this point because you didn't have an indication.
Yeah,
of
you
where
didn't
your
have
friends
a party system or
Yeah.
anything like that. They just sat you in the same server, and you're
were
like,
somewhere.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, we played it together, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. We did play. That was like
Yeah,
in the
that
before
was a
time.
long time ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was content complete 0.5.
Edition. Yeah, 0.5.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
so that's
Now for Rainbow Siege 6 nerfs, as
Right.
it's written in the.
yeah.
All right, Butternutt, you're a guest on the show. You don't just get push things around. You calm down. Calm down in your corner over
Our
there.
next story, Rainbow Six Siege. So last week we talked about how they were doing these two new characters as a part of what is it, Grim Fandango? What?
Grim Sky.
Jesus
Grim
Christ.
Sky.
Yeah, I couldn't remember, so I just decided to toss Fandango in there. But you wanted to talk about kind of some of the changes that they had in their most recent patch?
It's like a
Okay,
pre-patch,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It is a pre-patch to the operators coming out because the operators are expected to come out this next week. And if you don't know the operators, they are Maverick and Clash. Maverick has a blowtorch that he can use to be a hard breacher, and he can use it freely, meaning you are going to see a lot of penises coming once that comes live. But Clash then has a shield. She's kind of like Montaigne, like it covers her whole body,
Well,
and
defense.
it's completely see-through. And she also can electrify people, like stun them, kind of, with electricity. It's only for like a very, very brief second. Not really long enough to where it's that useful, unless you really need to get away. But they found a lot of issues with Maverick when they released him because his blowtorch was almost completely silent. So they made it louder so that way you can actually hear it now. Because otherwise you were able to just literally cut a hole in a wall and then walk in without anyone ever noticing you. Let's see here. What else did they change in that? Okay. They also got rid of.
Stacks up to 3 seconds. Coulter says.
Oh,
That's sick.
If Clash chain stuns, it stacks up to 3. Wow, that's
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I've only seen very minimal footage of it. They had a smoke grenade on Maverick originally, and they have since changed that to a stun grenade. Then they also changed it so that way his blowtorch takes twice as long to get through barbed wire. Because apparently you used to be able to just kind of walk up to it and be like, boom, okay, gone.
yeah, that makes sense.
So they kind of put a timer on that, I guess, and yeah. Then other operators that were changed were Zofia. She now has one less stun grenade. Glaz is no longer able to break through castle barricades, which was originally a glitch. Like they forgot to allow Glaz to shoot through the castle barricades, and then they're like, you know what, we like that, so they kept it.
Okay.
And
Let's
then
make it official.
Hibana is now able to shoot only 4 of her pellets instead of 6 on the hatches, so that way she can save some ammunition for that.
Oh, yeah. So overall balance, and honestly, I don't disagree with any of it.
Well, we haven't played the
A
two
lot
new
of
characters.
it makes sense.
But I mean, Maverick seems hella strong, anyways.
Yeah, regardless of the slightly louder thing. In fact, I think in the video they mentioned that he wasn't too quiet, but they did mention that he was quiet.
Big SMG nerfs,
Yeah.
and big single shot weapon buffs were some other big points.
Oh, Coulter apparently having read the patch notes.
No, he's
I did not read the patch notes. I just read the main stuff.
So apparently they've nerfed the SMGs, but honestly I didn't even think that they were that powerful, but I guess they were. And big single shot weapon buffs. Oh, sick, dude.
Oh,
so
yeah,
when I play
true.
shotgun, perfect form Doc, then I'll be even more effective than I already am.
You kill your teammates twice as fast.
Secondly, Clash isn't like the other shield operators, because like whenever you run shield with like Fuse or like Montana or whatever, you always have a pistol, you know.
Yeah.
But Clash actually has an SMG, like Kavira's SMG. Actually, I'm pretty sure is what it is. As her secondary, so you can switch between the shield and the SMG. So that I think that's a little bit overpowered, but I don't know.
Well,
But that SMG now shoots actually pretty slow. Like it's like a din 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 instead of like a drrr, you know, that it used to be.
That's weird because SMGs you always think of as being a fast weapon, anyways. Like just like
Yeah.
you're just like tossing 90 bullets downrange in a second is what you expect when you do an SMG. But they're like tiny bullets. It's like killing
Yeah,
someone with
yeah.
BBs.
Yeah.
But-
It's exactly like that,
Yeah,
Spencer.
exactly.
Just like
And then according to Coulter, a good game friend in the chat, was saying that the reduced damage at range on SMGs is apparently by like a ton. Was
that actually
Very
makes a lot of
damage.
sense.
Yeah,
Because I
I didn't
got
expect-
sick of getting like one tapped from not even one tap, multi tap because it's SMG.
Yeah. 90 tapped, if you will.
Yeah, 90 tapped by pellets of the BB variety.
Oof.
Because it's definitely noticeable that it should have reduced damage.
Yeah. So that's cool. I mean, it's different. It's going to piss some people off who obviously are like big on the SMGs, and I'm sure that some people were excited about playing Clash and having the SMG be available to them, where they can just switch to that and just fucking blow people away if that's what they like. But I rarely ever use the SMG, so it's literally not going to affect me. I even had characters who had an SMG as their secondary,
Well, me
and
and
then I
Coulter are
just
going to be
wouldn't
crying
switch
in
to
the
it.
corner. Me and Coulter.
Oh yeah, do you use a lot of SMGs?
I don't know what. I assume they're SMGs.
Well, you'll find
Oh,
out when the day
okay.
comes.
Yeah.
I might be crying a lot. I don't know.
Alright.
Potential cry, you know.
And then Dota to
Oh.
end off our day.
Right. Oh, almost perfect time for that. So, Dota 2, there was an event. It's Dota 2 tournament that took place. Let me see here. It is the International 8, and OG Dota, which is a team put together almost like semi last minute. They were only put together within the last, I think, couple of months. Is what
One dude I think joined like 2 weeks prior to going to the
Yeah.
Invitational.
says the OG that team won the event is what I missed saying. But the squad consists of a mix of renowned veterans and newcomers. Many older Dota 2 fans will recognize them. Here's the names. I'm not going to read them because I don't recognize any of them because I don't follow it too closely. But they came together as a part of a team, assumingly to get together for this particular event because the prize pool was so freaking huge, and won the $11 million top prize.
Yeah, they came in they were seated 18th out of 18.
And
Damn.
they rose through and just kept going, and now they're $11 million richer, which is it's just a number that's just you don't think video game tournament is going to have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because
Yeah.
what is that? Is that 5 people?
Well, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I think it's 5.
And
five,
And maybe
and
like
the
a manager?
coaches.
yeah, and the coach. Well, yeah, and the sponsor team or whatever. Well, I guess actually the sponsor, the team that they're with gets the money, and then they are given whatever they've agreed percentage wise. Is I think how it works. But
Still way more money
it's,
than I have.
yeah, it's an ungodly amount of money. Like I wouldn't be surprised because I think one of these guys came out of like his semi-retirement to be part of this team. So he's like, I'm going to go back for one last hurrah, and then he's like, boom, oh my god, guys, we did it. That's how it's going to be in the movie. That is obviously going to be made about this. And he's like, all right, now I can finally rest in peace, or whatever.
And then he
What-
dies. Yeah.
Yeah. We're watching a Smash tournament, and a player sponsored by OG in the middle of his set popped off and was like, "Yeah, we fucking
Yeah,
won."
he was losing a set,
Yeah.
and apparently he had the game on off to the side while he was playing on stream for like
Oh god.
I think a couple of sets.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was on stage for a couple of them because it just happened to work out that way, and he'd broken his toe, so I think they were just trying to help him out because he couldn't really walk. But he just had it off to the side, and I think he lost a game. And
Popped off
but then
like he
popped
had
off
won.
like he had won. And
Yeah.
people were like, what the heck is happening? Like, it turns out his team had won the Dota 2 International. And like halfway through like the next game, they were informed of that. And then he came on afterwards to do like a quick interview about it. He was just super hyped. He had like lost. He'd gone out and I think losers, like 17th, 13th or something like that. And
He was running for top 8.
Well,
he went out at like 9th or 13th.
Oh yeah, okay, it wasn't 9th or 13th. I couldn't remember. And he's like, "Yeah, man, I lost, but my team won Dota, blah blah blah." Which I can imagine why he'd be happy because if that's the team, and I didn't realize the amount was $11 million, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care. I'll never win a game ever again. I'm fine. I'm going to retire.
So that was pretty
Man,
cool.
if I could be that good at video games for 2 days. Ugh.
Right.
Which player was that?
Swedish Delight.
Yeah, Swedish Light. The player we were telling you about, Fiskek, who's the Sheik player.
Ah.
Yeah, that was the
The
guy.
more you know.
But
I think that pretty much does it.
yeah, I think that about does it for our topics for the day. Anything else that you think we missed? You have an opinion about all of a sudden as far as the topics that we already covered? Nothing.
No, we had a quiet
we
cake
good?
today.
Yeah, quiet.
I
Cake.
mean,
I was on my
got
guest talk. That's odd. Like I have anything important to ever say except for Yakuza games and stupid Japanese games.
All
Get
right,
out of here.
We're gonna give you Japan corner here in a bit.
I got some really nerdy benchmarks if you want to hear about that.
I do actually.
Okay, so the i9-9900K that is expected to come out in October, right?
That's the
They
processor.
were able to, yeah, it's the new Intel processors. They were able to get all 16 or how many cores? I think it's something like that.
Yeah, 16
Whatever.
cents.
However, many of the cores, they got them all up to 5.5 gigahertz speeds,
Damn,
running off of just water cooling.
that's really high, Fizzcake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Whereas the AMD Threadripper 2 or whatever, that 32 core one that everyone was freaking out, they managed to get that to 4.8 gigahertz, but with
Not as
cooling it with
fast,
liquid
Fizzcake.
nitrogen.
Oh, with
kind of
nitrogen cooling
cool.
and not even just
Yeah,
liquid
they,
cooling.
not even regular liquid cooling. They had to use like legit liquid nitrogen to get it that cool.
That's so funny because I remember like probably more than 5 years ago there was this whole thing about maybe I'm thinking about NVIDIA versus AMD where NVIDIA had the cards that ran really hot and then AMD ran really cool, but now AMD has their processor that's running like way hotter than the competition now, but 5.8 gigahertz per core, like separately,
yeah.
right?
4.8 on the AMD.
Well, yeah, sorry, 5.5 for the
5.5 on Intel, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some, like, I remember thinking back, like, even just a couple years ago, where, like, the overall 4-core or quad-core stuff was just, like, 7 point something. Like, or, you know, like, the point being, like, it's just an insane jump to me. It's insane.
I mean, the ones that we're running now are like at 3.5.
Is it 3.5? Maybe
Yeah,
that's
so
something
you're thinking of a quad
Yeah.
core going to 7 is
No, yeah.
not
That
in the
number-
realm of
Like,
fucking
literally-
ever
Yeah,
happening.
3
I
popped in my
mean-
mind after I said it, and I'm like, this is going to be embarrassing. But, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say mine's only running at like 4, and I have mine.
And that's
You know.
and that's like that's just the whole thing put together. That's not saying, you know, the fact that each core is separately is doing that is ridiculous. How much is that supposed to go
Yeah.
for?
I don't know. I haven't seen a price on it yet.
Okay. Huh.
That's nice. They put out
Yeah.
benchmarks for the price. Take note, NVIDIA.
That's true. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. All right. Well, Butternutt, why don't you tell people where they can find you and what you're doing?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Butternutt69 with 2 T's in the butter and the nut. You gotta remember that one. You can also find me on Twitter at Butternutt69, and I do stream occasionally, mostly on Mondays and Fridays. Fridays with you guys, Mondays once we get back to doing that with you guys. I don't know when you guys are gonna be done with Dark Souls.
Never.
Uh,
Unfortunately, no.
but,
You basically have to beat the game 4 times.
oh,
It's true.
Okay.
One for each character.
One for each of us.
Technically, yeah, we are beating
Yeah.
the game 4 times, but you know, it's not like 4
We're not doing
separate
in-game
runs.
or New Game Plus 4 times.
No.
yeah, other than that, I'll stream every once in a while whenever I basically can, because I've been really busy with job searching and doing a bunch of stuff around town. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So check them out. As far
Do it.
as Fizzcake goes, what are you doing? Where people can find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/Fizzcake, where I stream 3 nights a week, 3 days, 2 nights, 1 day a week, Monday and Tuesday, 8 p.m. to some other time, Friday from 4 p.m. to maybe midnight, probably 11, because I'm too old. I'm
tired
too old
boy.
to do that. I get tired. The Killer is Dead stream will be up on my YouTube, so it'll be chopped up to nice little chunks. You can catch that at youtube.com/c/Fizzcake. And then if you want to argue on the internet, you can find me at Twitter at the Fizzcake, where people like. Actually, I don't argue with people, but it's just that's what people go to argue about stuff. So
Yeah, remember back in like 2008 when Twitter was like a cool place to be?
Yeah.
yeah, and
you're
then
like,
the normies got to it.
I can literally text message a celebrity and they might read it. You're like, this is fucking
respond.
wild.
They won't respond, but they
Nowadays,
might read it.
Yeah.
you're just like, hey, fuck you, Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp's like, oh man, I don't want to be on. I don't want to be on
No,
Twitter.
Johnny
That's
Depp's
you
like,
and
wait.
500 other people too.
Johnny Depp's like, wait, what's my line? Oh,
Savvy.
okay, yeah, fuck you. Yeah.
Ooh, it's hard making all this money.
It's more like Johnny Depp's social media manager is like, hey, Johnny Depp, just, so you're kept in the loop. Some guy told you to fuck off. What do you want me to say? And I'll put it into the proper words where you don't get torn apart. That's basically what happens nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, Twitter, man, what happened?
Yeah.
I still have my old account, and I can go back and read all my old tweets. And I used to tweet like I had like multi-part stories separated out by the 40 character or the 140 character limit each one. So it's like a paragraph at a time that I'm telling this weird story.
Yeah.
And,
On
Well,
his Intel
just-
7 gigahertz
God, okay,
quad
all right,
core.
yeah, I realized the
Make-
mistake I
make-
made when
make
I
sure
said
no one
7, it
sees that,
sounded
though.
high. All right, it sounded high. My bad.
Yeah, Spence, you better hide that. You don't want to get James gunned,
Oh, true. Whew.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
Oh boy, I got to delete all that.
Speaking of Twitter, where can people find you two at?
Right. So for Neanderthal Gaming TV, us, Matt and I, you can catch us on YouTube and Twitch at Neanderthal Gaming TV. It's the same thing at both places. We usually stream just about every day. Lately, it's been like, we'll take like one day off, either Wednesday or Thursday. But we do Mondays for Dark Souls with Fistkick and Coulter with Rogue Rage Gaming. We do Tuesdays for Into the Veil, and we're playing Octopath Traveler on Wednesdays. And the weekends, of course, we play Melee. Fridays are for the boys. But if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can catch us at NeanderthalGTV, and that goes directly to Matt's phone, so bother him if you want to. As far as Content Complete specific information, you can catch us at ConComcast on Twitter. You can send us ideas and suggestions to contentcompletecast@gmail.com. The podcast does go live at 3 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays on twitch.tv/ConComcast, as well as twitch.tv/NeanderthalGamingTV. All episodes are available on YouTube. The audio-only version is available on your favorite podcasting app, and both are released on Mondays. So we stream on Sundays, and the very next day we release the videos on video and audio podcast on Mondays. Any last words, dudes?
No, thank you, Butternut, for hanging out for our 69th episode.
Yeah.
It's such a coincidence too. You
Right?
know?
Yeah, it's just like we randomly chose to do this particular time, and it
Yeah.
just happened to coincide with
His name.
your Twitch channel. It just works.
People would say it's literally the perfect crime.
Who would have guessed? Man,
Who would've?
I never thought I'd be here on episode 69. I mean, God.
Look at me
And,
now.
it's your
Anyways.
second time here. So it's like
Yeah, second time.
nobody would ever assume that it was like planned or anything.
No.
Cool. All right.
Okay, bye.
All right. Well, thanks everyone so much for watching, for hanging out, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Hi.
I'm doing